Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We're going to be talking about caramel sundaes, blueberry pancakes. Now, the reason why I am getting this review done for you is A, that's what I do here on this channel. I review candles. But B, this is one of the fragrances that will be available in the March 23rd restock on their website. I will talk about that process at the end of this review for those of you who might never have, who might not be familiar with this brand or their business model for how to shop from them. But this is one of the fragrances that will be available. And so I thought that now would be an appropriate time to share my thoughts on this candle in case this is one of the fragrances that is on your wish list. So the candle that I am reviewing today is one of their 2 wick. It says a 22-ounce vessel. However, the amount of wax that is in this candle is 17.8 ounces. So almost 18 ounces of wax. It is a 100% soy wax. And similar to another brand that I typically burn and shop from, Kringle, this is 100% soy wax. And it is also free of all of the yucky stuff that you don't really want in a lot of your candles. I know that there's some people who they don't care about that. But for me personally, I have 3 kids and a husband in my home. I also have a cat, and burning cleaner candles is important to me. So I love that there are more brands listening to consumers in, trying to produce a cleaner burning candle. So let's go ahead and talk about the fragrance notes of this candle. We have top notes of blueberry, peach, orange zest, mid notes of cinnamon, almond, and coconut. We have base notes of condensed milk, sugar, and vanilla musk. Now, this candle, I don't have the exact pour date of this candle. However, Caramel Sundays does hand pour all of their candles, and they're usually poured within a 3-week window, I would say, prior to their restock date. And I purchased this candle in the January 2025 restock. So that happened, I want to say like towards one of the final Sundays in the month of January. So this was likely poured, I would say, like within the first 2 weeks of January 2025. So my nose is detecting a very authentic blueberry scent in here. The blueberry fragrance that I am smelling reminds me quite a bit of the blueberry scent. If you are a fan of Homeworks, how Harry Slatkin does a lot of his blueberry scents, you're going to be very pleased. It's not an artificial blueberry. It's not a candied blueberry. On the Caramel Sundays website for this candle, they have a picture of blueberry pancakes. There's like a gob of butter on it. And then there's like those freshly bursting forth blueberries. Like when you make blueberry pancakes, I keep frozen blueberries in my freezer, and one of my children loves blueberries. I swear that's why he's never sick. He loves to eat blueberries and all those antioxidants. But what I'm smelling here is that blueberry where it smells like it's just freshly burst open and all of the juices are releasing their aromas. That's the blueberry that I smell. Now, I'm also going to tell you that this being called blueberry pancakes, very authentic, because I am getting that kind of like griddled pancake accord as this candle burns. Initially, what you're going to smell is the blueberry, but behind it there, you've got kind of that like fluffy texture of a buttermilk pancake behind it. It is very, very well done. When you see the fragrance notes there of peach and orange zest, I think those fragrance notes in there, well, my nose doesn't detect those specific notes. I wouldn't be like, oh, there's some peach and there's some orange in there. I think that those fruity notes are lending to that, like I said, that like freshly burst open blueberry type of fragrance. Blueberries in and of themselves, to be quite honest with you, like they don't really have a fragrance like when you pick up a handful of them fresh and smell them, but when they burst open, when they've been frozen, when they've been mixed into something, that's when they release a lot of flavor. I would say, the sugar, the vanilla musk, the cinnamon, the almond, the coconut, I think all of those notes together are what are those notes are comprising that pancake fragrance that I'm getting. It smells like somebody has actually been making blueberry pancakes in the home when this candle is burning, because like I said, I get that griddled pancake note pretty much just as much as the blueberry. It is very, very well done, very authentic. I do enjoy this fragrance quite a bit. I enjoy pairing it with either some like lemon fragrances or some orange fragrances. So just to give you guys like a sampling here, you guys know I like to do fragrance combos. One of my favorites is I will burn this in one room, and then I will burn Kringle Candles Reserve Orange in another one. Maybe if you want that kind of like blueberry pancakes and a glass of orange juice type of vibe. Sometimes I'll burn lemon sugar marshmallow from Kringle, their Easter collection. So like maybe if you have caramel sundaes lemon pound cake, that might be a great combination. But blueberry and lemon we know go well together. But blueberry and orange has been a pretty nice combo as well. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle. So this candle right now has been lit for about 3 hours. In fact, I'm going to be extinguishing it as soon as I am done with this review. You can see that the 100% cotton wicks there are getting a little bit of a carbon ball there at the end. Truthfully, you guys, I just wait and I extinguish these wicks. Because it is a soy wax, it does take a little bit longer to harden. Same thing with a lot of Kringle candles. The soy wax blends, like if there's a blend with paraffin or something like that, usually those harden quicker. But when it's 100% soy wax, they do take a little bit longer to harden. And so what I do is I will extinguish these with a wick dipper and then let the wax harden, and then I will just trim the wicks prior to the next burn. I'm careful not to trim them too short, but basically just trimming off like right up here, where you get that little carbon ball. That's just what I'm going to trim off. Now, I have mentioned this. I think that this is a feature of these vessels. Sometimes once the candle gets to about right here in terms of wax that is remaining left to burn, I do notice that a little bit of soot does accrue around here. Is it a super sooty candle? No. And I know that other reviewers have mentioned this, but I kind of appreciate that feature sometimes because all candles do soot. But I don't want a whole lot of it getting into my lungs or on the walls of my home. So I do appreciate it when a candle serves a function, or a vessel serves a function to go ahead and catch some of that excess soot. But even then, you guys, these are not sooting excessively. I do recommend with a lot of these caramel sundaes candles in these types of vessels to go ahead and limit the burn time to about 3 hours. If you want to keep burning the fragrance, just put the wick out and trim off that excess carbon, and then you should be good to go to relight it. But for me, I do tend to burn these in about 3 hour increments. You can see that the wax is still nice and clear, nice and clean, no soot in the wax, very clean burn. Strength and throw on this candle. So this one's an interesting one because I am finding that the soy wax on a lot of candles, and really other than I feel like Bath and Body Works, which they do use a very different wax formula, and they're also using a lot more artificial oils and whatnot in their fragrance blends. I find that their candles that do perform well, they tend to perform well right right out the bat. I do tend to find with soy wax candles, 100% soy wax candles, that is, that they sometimes take 2 or 3 burns to really start coming into the fullness of what the fragrance is going to be. But I will say that the strength and throw on this candle, I'm going to put it at about an 8 for me in terms of strength and throw, which is pretty good for a 2-wick candle. Now, I will say that the first burn of this candle was very strong. Then the second burn was not as strong, but then all of the other burns since then have been pretty strong throwers. Now, this is one I will say that the throw intensifies the longer that you burn it. So within that first hour, it's probably only going to fill, whatever room you're burning it in. But the longer that you let it burn, the throw gets better. And I've noticed that to be kind of a trend with a lot of my caramel sundaes candles. So make sure that when you're burning these candles that you probably don't want to go over that 3 hour mark, or you can, but just make sure that you extinguish and trim the wicks at that 3 hour mark and then keep burning them. But I find that they really start to throw a lot better after about an hour and a half of burn time. So this one's a good performer for me, good solid 8. I do have in the description box down below the layout of my home, age, environmental factors, so that way you can compare my home to yours. But I do typically burn all of these candles in a closed concept and then the open concept. In my open concept living room that has high ceilings, This is why I'm giving it an 8, is because I can smell it all throughout there. I can smell it, opposite side of the room when I enter. I can smell it going into my kitchen. When I have burned this in my closed concept bedroom, it is very strong in there. Not headache inducing, not cloying, but I feel like it's most appropriate to burn in my home in the open concept. So if you have your eyes on this candle, I would go ahead and give this one 2 thumbs up. This will be available in this 2-wick format that I have burning right here in front of you. It is also going to be available in a 4-wick 40-ounce candle. The 4 wicks retail for $64.99. This 2-wick is $31.99. The shipping cost is included with caramel sundaes, so you're not going to be surprised with an extra shipping cost at checkout. I do have in the description box down below how you can sign up to get notified of text alerts from Caramel Sundaes. They will send you an early access code if you sign up for that. And also, if you've signed up for that once, unless you've hit out, like opt out or stop, you will automatically be enrolled to get those early access texts for following restocks. But Caramel Sundaes, if you haven't, I know I've already been over this on my channel, but I'm getting new subscribers all the time, or new viewers. Caramel Sundaes does their restock once a month. And that means that on March 23rd of this month at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all of these candles that they have currently listed on their website and are showing as quote unquote sold out will suddenly be available. Now, there are some strategies for how to shop, and I will have a video linked at the end of this one for you, going into more detail about how to shop a lot of their launches. But yeah, this has been a great brand. It's a small business based out of Monroe, Georgia. I've really been enjoying their products. And I did purchase this candle with my own money, you guys. I've mentioned this in a couple of other videos, but I do want to make this very clear. Caramel Sundaes does not send PR. They, like I said, they're a small business. They don't do sponsorships. This is me just genuinely sharing the love of a new candle brand with all of you guys. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you want more reviews from this brand, because I will be reviewing the other fragrances that I have in my collection that will be available in this restock. Over the next week, I will make sure to get reviews done for you on dark salt and coconut, ice cream sandwiches, and iced carrot cake. So let me know in the comment box down below if you have purchased this candle, what your burn experience has been with it. Please hit thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Consider subscribing if you are new. I do want to say thank you so very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.